Kyler Murray has been removed from the Arizona Cardinals injury report. However, his status is still doubtful. Let's get into it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's week 8. I am your host, Kelly Singh. You can find me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Kelly in Phoenix. Typically on Friday, I have my cohort, Donnie Druin, beat reporter for the Arizona Cardinals, helping to add some extra color to the insight, but unfortunately, he is super busy on this super busy Arizona sports weekend. So we'll go ahead and go on without him. I'm fine with it. It's going to be fine. This week, week 8, Sunday, October 29th at 1:25 p.m., the Baltimore Ravens, 5-2, are taking on the Arizona Cardinals, 1-6, at State Farm Stadium. And you can bet that I'm going to be there tailgating, having a blast, going in to watch both my teams. Yes, you heard that right. Both of these happen to be my favorite teams. Yes, the Cardinals are my hometown beloved team, and they have been since they came here in elementary school. The Ravens became a favorite of mine, I would say, well, a little over a decade now, because I happen to love the color purple. I play a lot of fantasy football. It's hard to cheer for everybody, but I just fell in love with the Ravens and Joe Flacco, especially then came Lamar, then came Mark Andrews. Oh, I love the team. They're very talented, but it doesn't take away what I feel about the Cardinals. And so many people are saying that this is a trap game for the Ravens. And I don't think that the Ravens are taking it lightly. John Harbaugh, Ravens coach, said, I see a really tough team. They have a lot of great players and they're building in their new offensive and defensive systems. They play super hard. Both sides of the ball are very physical, and it's a young team. So you can tell that he's not taking it lightly. The team's not taking it lightly. The Ravens have won 3 of their last 4 games, including last week's blowout against the Lions. I mean, that was crazy. Nobody saw that coming by any means. Harbaugh also says, you have guys like Budda Baker over there, and that's one of the best players in the NFL. They're impressive with what they try to get done. They've been in a lot of close games. They've been in games in the fourth quarter when they were 1 score or less. I don't know what he's talking about there. Our second half is terrible, but that's fine. And then blah, 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 blah. That's what any team would be talking about right now. And I'm sure that's what they're talking about in reference to the Cardinals. Mark Andrews happens to be a native of Arizona who played at Desert Mountain High School. He says that Sunday is going to be a good game between both teams. We know the type of team that they are. This is going to be a good game. I think for us, it's about doing our job, doing everything that we can during this week. Every week's a new challenge, etc., he says to reporters. And it's true. Any given Sunday, That's how Donnie Druin starts out his article at si.com/NFL/Cardinals if you want to check it out. That is the mantra, and that is true. Any given Sunday. I mean, nobody saw it coming that the Ravens would completely blow out the Lions. I don't even think that on Monday night's game that Kirk Cousins was going to perform the way he did with the Vikings. He never performs well in prime time. That was a Monday night game, but still, it rings true. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. The Ravens happen to be a 9.5-point favorite in the SI Sports book. That's neither here nor there. We also have all of the Kyler Murray discussions happening right now. He is off the injury report. He's practiced all week. Limited from what I understand. He is nearly completing recovery now from the torn ACL, which we all know he suffered during week 14 last season. His game designation is doubtful. NFL coaches play those games, but we can be pretty confident that Kyler Murray will not be starting on Sunday. He would be starting perhaps week 9 or even week 10. So Coach Jonathan Gannon says that we'll see, but we know that that's just kind of the talk that they have to put out there. I don't expect Kyler Murray to be starting this weekend, but crazier things have happened. Everybody's watching. On Wednesday, he practiced fully. Thursday, Friday, no injury designations. I like this note Donnie puts in his article. He said, had the Cardinals not placed an injury designation on Kyler Murray, the team would have been required to not only remove him from the PUP list ahead of Sunday's game, but also place him on the active roster for game day 2. So that's interesting. Murray began practicing last week. He was limited in all 3 days before being ruled out being questionable, but I would say it's ruled out. All the official inactives are released 90 minutes prior to the game, so we can check that out. What I think is most interesting is the injury report. So we have Chris Barnes, Kevin Strong, Elijah Wilkinson, all out. So that's Chris Barnes, a linebacker with a hamstring injury, Kevin Strong, DL with a shoulder injury, Elijah Wilkinson, OL with a neck injury. Kyler Murray was listed there on his knee injury, but was a full participant in practice, as we mentioned. Greg Dortch, questionable, did not practice with an ankle injury. I would assume that means he's not going to play since he didn't practice all week. He has an ankle injury. I'm surprised he's not listed as doubtful, but he is questionable. We also have a couple others here. What do we got? Kevin Beachum, Zach Pascal, they were removed from the injury report and will play. Antonio Hamilton and Jalen Thompson are questionable. When we look at the Ravens end of things, there are some interesting things happening over on the Ravens side. Odell Beckham Jr. was suffering from a shoulder injury. However, he was fully practicing today on Friday, and he is not listed as questionable anymore. Same with Roquan Smith, which would be a huge blow to the Ravens defense. He didn't practice Wednesday due to a shoulder injury, but did practice Thursday and Friday, and his game status is good. Who they have out, Marcus Williams, safety. That's a big deal. Hamstring injury, out, fully out. And then Owe, their linebacker, ankle injury, didn't practice today, was limited Thursday, questionable. Tylan Wallace, wide receiver, hamstring, full participant this week, still questionable. So I get why people think this could be a trap game. It's going to be very interesting. Personally, I'll be happy no matter who wins. Obviously, I'd love to see the Cardinals pull out a win. I don't see it happening, but that doesn't mean that it won't. And it doesn't mean that I won't be cheering just as hard. If you happen to be hanging out in the green lot, that's where I hang out. If you want to stop by and say hi, go for it. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Enjoy your football. And I'll be back on Monday with a recap of everything that went down. See you then.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.